It's all going wrong.
All right,
it's all fine. Okay, perfect. Someone sent this to me, dude. It's the new freaking terror video, and Skylar is the one who sent this to me. Shouts out to the boy. This is a video about Flappy Bird, and he said that I'm in it at some point. So freaking, I'm excited, dude. I love Flappy Bird and being included. And terror videos are pretty cool too. Hold on. The door is open. But clearly, I'm not the only one who didn't know. Clearly. All right, let me put my reaction glasses on. Did you say Uno? Are you freaking serious? I turned away for 2 seconds. We don't talk about, I'll draw 2, but I'm not happy about it. All right, today we're playing Uno. Nope. I'm a psychopath. What up, Valen Tunes? All right, the most hated mobile game in history, dude. Freaking Flappy Bird. This is a terror video. If you've never watched terror, he does a lot of video essays about mobile games. And I went on his podcast one time, and he's a cool fella. Let's freaking see what he said about Flappy Bird.
The best impression on the gaming community. In fact, they're largely seen as a joke in how blatantly they're willing to try to scam you out of your hard-earned money. The base of my career was built on playing and documenting the worst of what mobile gaming has to offer. And one of my biggest videos in recent memory goes over the industry's worst sins. With all this in mind, it's hard to imagine what the most hated mobile game can even be. It would have to be a literal scam game, or something so obvious with its scummy practices that—
Just kidding, who could hate on that? Maybe Clash of Clans or something that sucks.
Regular players can scrutinize it and tear it apart. This is the story of a game that was subjected to so much hate that it was deleted in a matter of weeks. News publications told of its addictiveness. The creator was sent death threats, and a lot of—
Shout out Dong Nguyen. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I say it different each time I freaking react to something about Flappy Bird, which is far too often. I guess you're not going to react to Mermaid Trouble from the lake bottom. Is she okay? Does she make it out alive? I mean, don't spoil it, but do. I don't know what that is, though. Probably not. But maybe. You gotta sell me on it.
Of trials and tribulations under the relentless, all-seeing eye we know as the pop culture spotlight. It was a game that started from nothing and ended with nothing.
Oh yeah, but freaking dude, weren't people like sending him death threats and stuff? It wasn't that serious, dude. It's just Flappy Bird. It's your fault. Sounds like a skill issue if you can't win.
And a creator
which I couldn't.
Struggling to carry the weight.
Lonnie Uno is hiding in your walls. Draw 3.
Until
yeah,
he
right.
Too buckles
Reverse.
to the pressure. This
Slide
is
to the left now.
Of the most hated mobile game in history, and that game is
Flippus Burnbo.
Flappy Bird?
E?
Whoa. Flappy Bird.
Who could hate on that?
The bird going through pipes? Why? I've spent the last few weeks going into the intense backlash the game got, but to properly explain it, we have to go over the tale of the least deserved hate campaign in gaming history, to understand not just Flappy Bird, but the creator behind it. Dong Nguyen has a lot in common with the game he'd go on to make. He was a simple
man. It actually is what he was gonna say. That's so funny.
Quiet man, living a simple, quiet life. In the daytime,
he just keeps it simple, you know? He keeps it cash, and he doesn't overcomplicate things. He's a simple guy.
Working various programming jobs and studying to become an engineer. But at night, he'd turn his attention to game development. He had a particular fascination with mobile games. The way they were straightforward and immediately understandable. Maybe
exactly.
He saw his own simple tastes in
cuts
them,
the crap
maybe
in the best case scenarios and adds way more crap most of the time.
To that. But either way, he started a development company called Dot Gears and began making games. He started with 3 titles: Shuriken Block, Flappy Bird, and Super Ball Juggling. There were supposed to be others, but Dong had a habit of dropping projects.
Bro, I played all those.
All 3 of those games relied on simple yet difficult formulas with the goal of getting the highest score. As a one-man team, he couldn't be bothered to work on bigger, more demanding projects, so he'd instead make these. From concept to completion, Flappy Bird was developed in only about 2 or 3 days. The main asset of the
2 or 3 days, that's it! All you had to program was the jump button.
It was actually reused from a cancelled game he canned in the designing stage. Then, it finally came out, and the world was changed forever.
Yeah, right, buddy. I don't even think it was popular for the first few months, right? 6 ratings?
No, actually.
Yeah, that's probably... If Flappy Bird has 13 fans, I'm still alive, and I'm one of them. And fuck, what's the meme? I don't remember. It's also not true, so can't be bothered to look it up.
Just to say, not particularly well. It sat dormant for months, getting no attention aside from a few fringe tweets. The first thing anyone ever said about the game online was the simple phrase,
not GigaChad6973, giving us the hot takes. The video game industry was taken ablaze. I remember when Lonnie was obsessed with Flappy Bird. I don't know if I was obsessed. I was obsessed with the money. You know what I'm saying? Once we saw that it was popping off, am I right, guys? Capitalism, am I right?
A sentiment that would only grow alongside it. But in December 2013, it would start gaining some traction.
I remember feeling bad because there was like no content to the game, like, and I just didn't understand that you could just get angry again. I would do such a better job now, but I'm a more seasoned YouTuber and reactor, so
it would be in the top 25
you live and
games.
learn.
And in January,
but that's why those videos were like 2 seconds or like 2 minutes long each. They're so angry.
So this game, that barely anyone even played up to that point, suddenly became the most popular game on the App Store.
Liquid granola? Is that a real product? Ain't no way. Sounds
overnight.
Disgusting.
There doesn't seem to be a single concrete reason for this. There was
Isn't
no
that like oatmeal?
or especially viral videos, so I presume it must have just been word of mouth. Flappy Bird's game design was just genius. Looking at other popular games from 2013, Clash of Clans, Candy Crush, and Angry Birds...
Looks like shit! Too complicated! Not enough birds. Angry Birds almost had it, but why so angry? It's not that serious, dude.
Built around long-term support.
Have you considered making a flappier version?
Skill-based game you could play for 2 minutes.
Idiots.
And
They didn't see the vision.
That game. People of all walks of life would be able to immediately get it.
She's trying to see what them flappy lips do.
Pulled on the market for a simple, skill-based game you could play for 2 minutes. And Flappy Bird became that game. People of all walks of life would be able to immediately get it and could compare scores.
I remember watching you when I was younger. Glad to see you're still doing well, gangy. Freaking thanks for watching back in the day, dog. Hope you're doing well.
To see who's better.
I've seen you in the chat before.
Easy. The pipes have more than enough room for the bird to fit through. This would cause people that saw the game to download it themselves to beat the scores of those around them.
He looks so less angry than everybody else. Is he stupid? Why isn't he mad? He's supposed to be mad. Play it the right way, or don't fucking bother. Holy, and get a haircut, hippie.
Those fake mobile game ads would have the guy playing intentionally suck complete ass, which annoys the
Biggie
user
fart.
enough to download the game themselves. It's entirely based around skill, but make one mistake and you have to start over. That makes the game...
Right, I'm freaking fiending to play this goddamn game now. Hold on. Flappy Bird online. Perfect. I'll be getting a virus live on stream today. Shout out this guy for ripping off the rip-off game of nothing. Because it had never been done like this. Oh, yes. Some things, it's like riding a bike. You never get better, but you never quite get worse. I said what I said. Build your next site on flappybird.com. I don't think I will, but maybe. I mean, maybe I will, actually. I might be the one person you could convince with this web design. I'm revamping lonniedos.gov. And I'm putting flappy fuckers on the I'm so focused right now, dude. I'm gaming. Okay, hold on. Fuck it.
Uniquely frustrating. Clash of Clans does a similar reset with the builder base, but
they might be a little inspired by Super Mario Bros. But I mean, every game's inspired by Mario. Come on, he's the GOAT.
It's me, Mario.
Here,
let's go.
Starting, having achieved nothing, especially if you didn't get a new high score. This philosophy is why rage games like Getting Over It work to begin with. And
yeah, truly freaking Flappy Bird floundered like Magikarp, so that Getting Over It guy could sit in a pot and piss me off.
It's also what would make Flappy Bird become so universally talked about, as well as so hated. The game would have a second surge after PewDiePie, the most subscribed channel on YouTube, played it in a video. His playthrough having that same tone of frustration that grew increasingly more inseparable from the game's image. And with that, Flappy Bird was taken to heights that only a short list of games can match.
But only a bird could get to and imagine about.
Once it finally hit the mainstream, Nguyen was raking in $50,000 a day. And the success of that game catapulted him into millionaire status in just a number of weeks.
Cha-ching!
He had a hit, but he'd quickly learned that viral success isn't just sunshine and rainbows. In the
yes, it is! What are you talking about?
Of the game's meteoric rise in popularity, the media
fucking Iron Pants, dude. Imagine making the second best game in App Store history that no one remembers. Crazy. It's a cutthroat business.
His inbox asking for interviews, and if they weren't talking about the man behind the game, they'd complain about its addictiveness.
I wish I made all my Flappy Bird videos 55 minutes long so I could be a millionaire too. I wouldn't have even deleted them.
The game of stealing sprites from Mario and allowed hate-dumb would make their presence even more known. Videos of people raging at the game or breaking their phones over it would get viral attention, only reinforcing the narrative around Flappy Bird. I doubt most of these people legitimately hated the game. It's more likely that they felt an urge to make videos like this to hop on a trend, scrape some clout from the Flappy Bird name, but all it would do is continue that cycle of toxicity around it. But it wasn't a bad game. It was fine. Yet, the public response wasn't. Why were things so extreme? This is because of a phenomenon I'm gonna call communal hating. In April 1985, Coca-Cola saw the
hating goes back that long? What the hell? They got Pepsi and cock?
Huh?
Who could hate that?
To help combat the success of the Pepsi Test ad campaign.
Is that
Coke's
Logan
entire
Paul
business
when he
model
was a
up to
baby?
that point was relying on tradition, so their diehard supporters quickly turned on them, demanding for the old formula. All of a sudden, it became cool to hate Coke, and even people who didn't care or even liked the new formula would join in on hating it, whether for fun or just to be in with the group. I think this is what happened with Flappy Bird. Since its very launch, people were using the frustrating nature of the game to communally hate on it. Every Flappy Bird video used the negativity bias, playing up that nature, but that poisoned the well to the people who didn't get the hyperbole. That's how you go from an annoying yet innocent little mobile game to a hate campaign of people brigading one man and his creation.
I think anyone who was directing their hatred of the video game at the creator of the game was misguided. But I get it, but they're probably just psychos, and you should have just put a fake email on there after a minute.
It disrupted his everyday life.
Please direct your simple complaints to my trash can.
It was clearly getting to him. On the 8th of
I'm
February,
a millionaire.
he tweeted, "I can call Flappy Bird is a success of mine, but it also ruins my simple life, so now I hate it."
I love these old classic tweets, dude. Crazy. That's chilling.
Clearly, those
not just because of the translation.
7 hours later,
confused wording.
I'm sorry, Flappy Bird users.
I'm fucking up my wording too. I'm not above it.
22 hours from now, I will take Flappy Bird down. I cannot take this anymore.
Oh my god. I hope Dong is doing okay. I think he is, because he started making games again.
Coke would finally return to their original formula and would see record sales numbers. The same wouldn't happen with Flappy Bird. It would never come back, and immediately see legendary status because of it. You might expect things to die down. After all, you can't even download the game anymore. But tragically, that would only make things worse. The fans
just make Flappy Bird 2, obviously. I should be careful what I wish for.
More articles would be made than ever, and people began making wild assumptions about the nature of its deletion. With the gap returning to the market, thousands of game devs would give their best shot to make the definitive Flappy Bird clone.
I was getting over it before getting over it was a thing. Well, freaking Bennett Foddy had Co-op way back then. Freaking, if anyone remembers that game about trying to run, that was like really hard. Pretty sure I did a video on my channel with my mom, and I made her play it.
Hey YouTube, so something nice to do a lot.
Yeah, I had braces, dude. But this was like a freaking, this was the, I mean, I don't know if it was the first like Rage game, but it's the oldest one I remember.
I think they would teach you how to do this.
Let's mute this guy. Okay, let's unmute him.
Calm down, calm down, calm down. Don't do something you're gonna regret.
Probably doesn't sound as different to you guys.
I don't even know what he's doing.
Look at them thighs, dude.
No. Whoa, almost kicked himself in the face. Oh my god, this button is literally doing nothing. I'm peeing all over the place.
Yeah, Flappy Bird better, honest to God. Speaking of which, big money, no whammies. I gotta beat 5. And I fucking can't. What the hell's wrong with me, dude? I'm rusty. I need a touch screen. I'm crusty. I need a touch screen. This is pissing me off.
Flooded with them. The real Flappy Bird.
What up, Lonnie? Uno? What the hell? Imposter!
So phones were being sold for thousands on eBay. But eventually, with enough time, people...
Bro, I'll sell you guys this iPhone 5 right here. You could get Flappy Bird on it. How much? How many dollars? Come on. How many dollars? You want to play it? It's just a little tiny Flappy Bird machine, Game Boy, for my son. But he'll never miss it.
Finally move on.
If he wants to go to college, he'll never miss it.
Developing games that he deemed less addicting, including a new version of Flappy Bird.
That he deemed less addicting is crazy. I'm addicted to whatever I want, Dong.
Amazon store called Flappy Bird
even
Family.
Dong even.
He'd never surpass Flappy Bird again, but I don't think he really wanted to.
I guess. Shout out freaking Dong, dude, and shout out freaking Terror, dude. This was a good video. Not just because I was in it, dude, but it didn't hurt. Ah, yes, what we are going to do. 8.9 million, 20 gallons of granola is the price. You're the imposter, little bro. I mean, if you say so. How do I argue with that? Especially while gaming this well. Ah, yes. I've got the rhythm. Fuck. Okay, 8.